PowerPlayChess, brought to you in association with Kagi. Black to play and win. This position is taken from the game between Kirill Shevchenko and Wei Yi, played in Warsaw not so long ago, 9th of May, in the Superbet Rapid 2024. So Wei Yi, the Chinese superstar, only 24 years old, and he's back in the top 10 in the world, having won the Tata Steel tournament. An incredible talent. Basically this position you need to calculate right through to the end. So I'm not just looking for the first move. You need to get all the variations right. And yes, that pawn is heading in this direction. We're looking at it from Black's perspective. So Black's playing win. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put this position in context. I'm going to show you how we got there. Of course, you can pause the video at this point, and if you want to just solve the position from here, you can do that. But anyway, let's just go back a few moves. So you can see Wei Yi has these connected passed pawns and a very stable position because the king is safe. But in order to push them forward, of course, the king needs to step out of the way. At the moment there's a pin. The rooks protect each other. So that's quite a stable defensive position. So how does Black make progress? Well, Wei Yi went round in circles a few times, checking the king, and finally found the position that he was happy with the queen. That's quite clever, actually. So, I mean, White can't do anything here. Shevchenko is just shuffling with the king. And finally, he's got the queen to the desired square. So, why is this such a clever square? Well, watch what happens in the game. In order to push these pawns, then the king needs to clear out of the way. And he's got the queen in the right position now. So watch. King b6, this is the game. So, of course, now the pawns are ready to push. They're ready to roll. So Shevchenko checks. King c5. If this check, then king d4. Now we can see why the queen is so well placed. It's allowed the king to come out. And this is a double attack. Basically, there are no more sensible checks. And Black is going to be able to take one of those rooks. Very unusual double attack. In fact, it reminds me of a concept from the game of checkers or drafts, as we say in England, where you get a similar kind of double attack with the king. Anyway, that's another story. In the game, Shevchenko checked here. And again, the king came to d4. The king is safe here. That's a very clever position of the queen. And the pawns are ready to roll. So that's why Shevchenko decided to take one of them. But, of course, with split rooks and an exposed king, there are three vulnerable elements. Then Black must be winning here. Well, I say must be winning. In fact, there's only one move in this position which wins for Black. But I don't want you to find just that one move. I'd like you to calculate this through right to the finish. Black to play and win. Queen d2 check was played, correct. And king a3 was played. What I'll do is I'll show you the game first, then I'll go back and fill in a few details. So king a3, queen c1 check. I should say that queen c3 should probably lead to something similar, but anyway, queen c1 check. King takes a4. Now be careful. You won't win the rook like this because of rook b4. That's very unfortunate, and White would win. But here's the clever move, which you really have to see in advance. Queen a1 check. So the king moves to b4. And then queen b2 check. Queen b1 works just as well, by the way. king has to go to the a file, and then queen a2. Double attack. One of those rooks drops. And then this is, of course, the theoretical win of queen against rook, and it didn't last long. Once the rook is split from the king, then it's possible just to pick this up, and that was the final move of the game. Let's see why white resigned. Let's have a look. A couple of variations. King b6 allows queen b8. Thank you very much. King d7 allows queen f5. We can see the power of the queen on an open board. Double attack. Or, well, one more. King d8. Check. And then queen h7. Again, double attack is going to pick up the rook. Right, let's fill in a few details. So queen d2 check. If king b1, then that's easy. King a1. Check. Here, and queen c4. So the game, king a3. Queen c3 check also wins, because after this, well, we actually transpose to the game. And queen b2, etc. So instead of queen c1 check, queen c3 is also good. And here, a couple more variations. So king a4 was the game, and so on. But instead, what about king a2? Queen c4 check. Or rook b2. Queen check. This is nice. Check. Queen c4. You're going to get one of them. You're going to get both of them, actually. And yes, king a4. Queen a1. This was the game. And queen b1 check works in the same way. But that's the key move, forcing the king to the a file, and that picks up the rook. Very nicely calculated, and yeah, that's a rapid play game. Not easy to do that when you don't have much time on the clock. So Wei Yi, there you go, showing his technical ability. If you want to see the whole game, then do check out the link to chesspuzzle.net, and you'll find plenty more puzzles there as well.